Next tonight, a remembrance event has been held to mark 56 years since the death of the water speed record breaker Donald Campbell. He was killed on Coniston Water, trying to break his own world record.
But today's event took place against the background of a bitter dispute about the future of his boat, Bluebird. Tim Backshall reports.
More than half a century after his death, people still gather each year to pay tribute to Donald Campbell. Flowers were laid at his memorial in Coniston and at his grave a short distance away.
Donald was a superb British icon. His achievements and that of his grandfather Sir Malcolm are just symbols of legend. I don't think we've ever had a British hero the like of Sir Malcolm and particularly Donald.
Donald Campbell died in 1967, his hydroplane Bluebird flipping at around 300 miles per hour. In 2001, the wreckage was brought to the surface by engineer Bill Smith, who spent many of the years since restoring her. But even though the vessel was gifted by Donald Campbell's family to the Ruskin Museum in Coniston, he so far refused to allow her to come here. This is the extension to the Ruskin Museum, built specially to house Bluebird. You can see her outline on the floor here. More than £750,000 of public money was raised to build this extension, and it was opened in 2010. But 13 years on, it's still not clear when Bluebird will arrive here. The museum says it's now started legal proceedings to recover Bluebird.
A letter of claim and various other communications, but at the moment there's no yielding from the other side, so it may be that we have to go down the full-blown legal route.
Bill Smith put Bluebird back on the water in Scotland in 2018 and says he wants to ensure she can still be taken out of the museum for similar trips in future. He also claims ownership of the parts he's added. He attended today's service for the first time, despite some animosity over the ongoing dispute. Why have you not agreed so far to bring Bluebird to Coniston?
Well, we did. We agreed many years ago that we would bring Bluebird to Coniston, but Bluebird Project would also maintain and operate the boat. And that part seems to have fallen on stony ground. So as soon as that's sorted out, we'll bring it straight back.
Do you accept, though, that it is owned by the Ruskin Museum and they should have the say on what happens to it?
No, because there's 20 years of our work in it. They may own some of it, we own some of it, third parties own some of it. It doesn't all belong to one set of people or one person, so that's not how it works.
Donald Campbell's family say they're disappointed it's taking so long to get Bluebird to Coniston.
We feel aggrieved that all we're trying to do is defend what is right. The truth of the matter is that we donated the wreck, it's been restored, and the person that restored it cannot make a claim of ownership.
And a Coniston businessman likens the restoration work on Bluebird to the work carried out on his own vintage car.
Many people have helped me with this car, given me parts for it, helped me do things, explained to me how things work. But I find it very strange that if you volunteer in Mr. Smith's world, you expect to own things.
Mr. Smith plans to take Bluebird to an airfield near York for a short display later this year. For now, though, the space for Bluebird at the Ruskin Museum remains unfilled, with the likelihood increasing that the issue may have to be resolved in the courts. Tim Backshall, ITV News, Coniston.